to T-Boys TV. I'm always on time. No, I'm really not. But obviously I'm here now. It's finished Liverpool 2, Atletico Madrid 0. The group is done. The group is finito. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, obviously this is a match reaction and a player ratings. So yeah, let's get into it. So the lineup I was happy with. Alisson, straightforward. Trent, straightforward. Timicus, left back. Now, obviously, that's good to see him in there. Another option which we've now got. And also, he's pushing the competition now with Robertson. So yeah, that was good to see. You know what I'm saying? And then Van Dijk and Matip at the back. Good to see Matip again in centre back. And they currently got the Liverpool highlights on here as well. You know what? I'm going to pause it and we're going to go through it. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. But yeah, Ox in the midfield with Fabinho and Henderson. Good to see Fabinho back. You know what I'm saying? And then up top, Salah, Jota and Mane. Now, some people, including myself, were like, okay, Firmino's dropped. Bit surprising because he's been scoring goals. All right, they haven't been the greatest goals, but he's been in the right place at the right time. So I was shocked with that. But then again, Jota's another player who can score goals, and obviously that was proven tonight. So yeah, I was happy with the lineup. Good to see Matip back. Good to see Fabinho back. Tiago also on the bench. Good to see that as well. But yeah, shout out Ravi. He says, yo, Trent was my man of the match. I will touch on man of the match, of course. He's definitely in for a shout. But yeah, I'll get into that. So yeah, that was my thoughts on the lineup. Happy with that. Right, now going into the game. Obviously, the early goal we got, Jota. Brilliant link-up play by Henderson and Salah. And then a brilliant ball in by Trent. It bounced before it went to Jota, but it was first time and it was in the position it needed to be in. Jota, you know how good he is scoring headers, scored another one, and that proves that you can't argue with Klopp's decision here with not starting Firmino. Ravi also says, but the team did well, worked hard. Yeah, definitely. There's loads of contentions for man of the match, but as I said, I'll get into that. So yeah, we get the early goal. 2 minutes later, Mane gets a yellow card. Now, even though the ref started finally dashing out cards, he still wasn't a great ref. It took Mane 5 or 6 times to be fouled. One, he was going to run through. He could have had a chance to score. He kept getting tripped up. And I think it took the ref like the 5th or 6th attempt to finally give a red card. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he gave Mane the card due to Mane getting in his face, which is fair enough, but their players should have got a card there as well. Didn't. And then Mane scored not too long after that. Now, deserved, mate. Absolutely deserved to get a goal, mate. Brilliant in that first half. Like, he was just getting fouled. Like, usually I see Salah get fouled like that. Today, I was seeing Mane get fouled like that. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think obviously another assist by Trent, but I think he meant to shoot. I'm not gonna lie. But either way, Mane's in the position to finish it. But yeah, obviously that happened. 2-0 up, and then they get the red. That's due to a challenge on Mane. Yeah, for me, back of the legs from behind. It's a red. So they get red. Felipe, Suarez gets a card, then Koke gets a card. And yeah, that's just for mouthing off. But they were so dirty. But yeah, going into the second half, we've done a half-time change. Mane off, Firmino on, which was gutting. That Mane had to come off. Good to see Firmino come on though. But then he was limping off. Well, not limping off, but he just didn't look too great when he come off. So hopefully he's all right. But yeah, then 2 minutes after that, was it 2 minutes? Yeah, 2 minutes after that, we had a goal disallowed. Matip, when he makes some good runs, he done that. He played it to Jota, but Jota was just offside. Great finish by Jota though. But yeah, that was unlucky. And then they had a goal disallowed. Suarez. Now, at first, I was like, whoa, what's going on here? And then I realised their player in the play up to that was offside. So, yeah, that was fair enough in the end. Deflected goal by Suarez anyway. For me, I'd have said Matip own goal. Is unlucky from Matip, similar to the Man City thing, when he got the deflected goal there. Clear and obvious, but obviously the goal didn't stand anyway, due to them being offside before that. Ravi says, thought the midfield looked strong. Yeah, totally agreed. Totally agree even. Atletico loved fouling Mane. Yeah, trust me, that's what I'm saying. Excuse me. But yeah. And then that. And then Tiago come on. Obviously, good to see him back. Come on for Fabinho. Fabinho had a very good performance. We miss him so much because he's that player who would just stick his foot in. And I've said it before, he's the best. He is the second best CDM in the world for me, behind Kante. So yeah, but good to see Tiago back. You know what I'm saying? And then Origi come on for Firmino. Obviously, Firmino, you know, it didn't look too great. Hopefully, he's all right though. And then Ox come off as well. That didn't look too great either. Minamino coming on, and yeah, that was it really. Like, Flecko had a chance at the end. A shot went over the bar. Not a bad shot, but it was quite easy for us, if I'm being totally honest. I don't think their bench options helped because they're missing a lot of players. And other than 3 of their players, and obviously Champions League is a lot more players on the bench than league games. I didn't know any of their players bar 3. So yeah, the depth in the squad today for them was terrible. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, we bossed it in possession, you know, stuff like that, taking our chances. And yeah, I was really surprised with how easy it was, to be quite honest here. And I'm surprised that we've won all 4 of our games, if I'm being totally honest. I know we got the quality, but like, I just expected this group to be a lot harder. And I'm sure I'm not the only Liverpool fan that expected that. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, also another sub that happened, but he didn't get a touch of the ball. Nat Phillips, good to see. Now Beanie, Van Phillips, come on, or whatever he's called, you know what I mean? But yeah, he come on for Trent, but you know, he didn't even get a touch. I think he was on for like 20 seconds. But yeah, we move on now to man of the match. Now, obviously, there's loads of options. As Ravi said, he gave it to Trent. You know, you could say Mane, you could say Jota for the Jota for the goal. Even, you know, he was constantly on him. You know, you could say Trent, as we said. You could say Mane. For me, I'm gonna go Trent as well. I think obviously the 2 assists, even though I said on the first one he didn't mean to. Second one, sorry, it felt like he didn't mean to like play it in. You know, like the performance, he was on job. The first assist was brilliant, and yeah, he was just constantly on him. Done some great defending as well. So yeah, that is the man of the match. So yeah, I think that one's fair enough. But as I said, there's other options. You could put Mane, you could put Jota. You know what I mean? So yeah, but Trent is my man of the match as well. Ravi also says, let's hope we can get through West Ham, because if Antonio turns up looking like prime Ian Wright with Kane roll, that's going to be mad. Yeah, true say. But then again, it's at their ground. We always do well. Like, I remember last year I was a bit nervous and we ended up beating them 3-1. So, but then again, there was no fans as well. Like, they've had some mad atmosphere at their ground recently. I'm not even going to lie. But yeah, moving on now to the player ratings. Let's just get started. You know what I mean? So Alisson, you know, didn't really have much to do. You know, if I'm being totally honest. Alisson, I'll give him a. Well, he done what he needed to do when the ball got played back to him. I can't give him too high. I'll give Alisson. I'll give him a. I'll give him a 7. So Alisson 7. How many? What is going on here with this? There we go. Alisson 7. Next player, which I will do as Trent, obviously man of the match. For me, it has to be a 10. It's got to be 2 assists. You know, done some good defending as well. But yeah, for me, it has to be a 10. Shout out Ty Billinger, WWE. You know what I'm saying? Moving on, Timicus. I thought he was good. Done some good link-up play a few times with loads of different players. Done some decent crosses into the box. I'll give Timicus. I'll give him an 8. Gets an 8 from me. Spelled his name right straight away as well. So yeah, he gets an 8 from me. Van Dijk, thought he was solid. You know, winning everything. There was one little mistake he done, but Matip won it back in the end. Van Dijk, I'll give him a 9. I'll give Van Dijk a 9. I think he was solid, other than that one mistake he done. But you know, the game was done, mate. The game was, and as I said, Matip revived it anyway. But yeah, talking about Matip, he's the next player I'm going to rate. Yeah, solid going forward. Unlucky on the goal that didn't count. Great spot though, like to make that pass, and you know, great movement into space, and he's got that good movement in him. Matip, I'll also give Matip a 9. So yeah, Matip with a 9. Who else? Who am I moving on to now? I'll do Ox. I thought he was all right. There was 3 times he did lose the ball though. Do you know what I mean? And obviously he come off, didn't look great. When he come off, like, hopefully that's all right, because our lack of midfield options as it is not great. For me, with Ox, I will give Ox a... I'll give him an 8. I'll give him an 8. Like, he lost the ball 3 times. Other than that, he was solid for me. But yeah, Chris is here. Big up, Chris. He says, could have had more goals, but well controlled, comfortable win. Into next round we go. Yeah, or knockout stages. Absolutely. I totally agree with that. Yeah. But yeah, as I said, Ox gets an 8 from me. Now, moving on to the next player, which I'll do Fabinho. Good to see him back. You know what I'm saying? Doing what we want him to do. Boss the midfield. Another option in the midfield. Win them tackles. Do the link-up play. Helping going forward. You know, keep possession. Stuff like that. And he did do that. So for me, Fabinho... Mate, he didn't even put foot wrong. I'm gonna give Fabinho a 10. So far, him and Trent have both got 10s. Chris says he doesn't say that. Chris says Trent my man of the match. Yep, I give him man of the match as well. Done that before the player ratings. But yeah, I totally agree with that. But there's other options. You know, you could put Mane, you could put Jota. But yeah, for me, it is Trent. 2 assists, even though I still feel on the second one he meant to shoot. But, you know, it's still an assist at the end of the day. So, yeah. Yeah, everyone didn't do too much wrong. Exactly. That's why the ratings are high. Lowest rating has been an 8, I believe. No, 7 Alisson, because he didn't really have much to do. But when he done what he had to do, he done it. You know what I mean? Moving on though, Henderson. Now he is good on that right hand side. Very good. He's good in the middle, but I think the right hand side is more of his thing, especially the link ups he does with Salah on the first goal. He got the pre-assist, so to speak, on the first goal. So he passed it to Trent, laid it off. Trent whipped it in. You know, brilliant cross, first time. You know what I'm saying? As I say, I know it bounced, but it went into the position it needed to go. But Henderson, he's good on that side, as I said. Henderson, I'll give him a, oh mate, I'll give him a 10 as well. Oh, mate, I'll give Henderson a 10. You know what I mean? 10. Moving on, I will go to Salah. Now, obviously, he didn't get a goal, didn't get an assist either. But, you know, he's still doing some great skills, great movement on the ball. You know, there was a time he fell over and got fouled, and he still had the ball. Like, unreal, mate. He is unreal. As I said, even if he's not scoring, getting an assist, he's always doing something. I can't give him what I have been giving him recently, though, which is a 10. I will give Salah, I'll give him a 9, because there was sometimes he done a heavy touch, but, you know, he still gets a high rating. It's a 9. So, yeah, I think that's fair enough. So, yeah, Salah, for me, gets a 9. Egyptian king, mate. But yeah, moving on, I'll move on to Jota. Obviously, for me, he is another player that's in shout for man of the match, like I said. Obviously, getting 2 goals, but 1 being ruled out. Unlucky, just offside. The goal, great header. You know, he had another chance as well, another header. Decent save by Oblak. Jota was good this game. He was good. For me, I'll give Jota a 9. If he just timed that right, he would have got a 10. He would have got a 10 from me. Not 20. Jota gets a 10. Not 10, sorry, a 9. So it's because I nearly put 20. You know what I mean? But yeah, Jota gets a 9 from me. Mane, obviously, as I said, the other player out of the 3, in my opinion, that are in for man of the match. As Chris and Ravi said, everyone played well, but they were the 3 standout ones for me. Mane, I'll give Mane I'll give him 10, because I reckon he could have got two goals this game, maybe even a hat trick if he didn't get fouled. Because you know that time he was running through, got blocked off. You know, he was getting tripped left, right, and centre. So yeah, for me with Mane, I'm going to give him 10, mate. I'm going to give him a 10. Obviously, come off at half time, but from what he done, mate, a 10 for Mane. Now, moving on to the players that come on. So we'll start off with Tiago. Good to see him back. Brilliant feet, brilliant movement. The only one thing I will say is when he lost the ball. Now, originally on the stream, I thought he got fouled. Turns out he didn't. You know, it was a good tackle in the end, and they led to being on the counter. Obviously, I didn't score, but, you know, he does have them things in him. I think that's just him needing to get used to the Prem. Like, obviously, where in Bayern Munich, it's the football's not like that. It's counter-attacking. It's, you know, like they're different playing styles. You know what I mean? Whereas this, you do that in the Premier League, but they're on you. Do you know what I'm saying? Whereas in Germany, Bayern Munich are usually the dominant ones, other than maybe Dortmund up there every now and then. But, you know, they're not really used to that when in their league. So yeah, I think he just needs to get used to that. But other than that, I thought he was sick. Some good movement with the feet. You know what I'm saying? Tiago, I'll give him a 9. He really impressed me. As I said, it was just that little thing Yeah, 9. 9 for Tiago. Moving on now to excuse me, Minamino. Now he done some good link-up play with Origi. There was a chance he nearly had a shot, but they cleared it. For me, with Minamino, I can't rate him too highly though, because then again, he wasn't on for an awful amount of time. I will give Minamino. I'll give him a 7. I'll give Minamino a 7. I think that's fair enough. So yeah, I'll give Minamino a 7. Now next player, Origi. Now he done well when he come on. Like got into some, ran into some good positions. Done some good link-up play. Nearly scored. Origi. I'll give Origi an 8. To be fair, like I know he came on the same time as Minamino, but as I say, he nearly scored, got in some really good positions. So yeah, I'll give Origi an 8. Yeah, I think he done sick when he come on, to be honest. Yeah, the next player who I can't rate at all because he was on for like 20 seconds and he didn't even get a touch on ball. Matt Phillips, it's just going to be a standard 5. You know what I mean? Because he didn't have anything to do, or he couldn't even do anything. You know what I mean? Like, you know, he probably just came on the pitch and boom, literally came on it 20 seconds off. You know what I mean? So yeah, Phillips gets a 5 because you know I can't rate him too highly. But moving on to Klopp and the ref. Now the ref was poor. I don't care what anyone says. Yeah, he dashed out cards eventually, but it took him so long. Like there was still certain times where he was getting fouled. You know, he weren't really doing much. For me, the ref gets a 5. Ref gets a 5, mate. And then the last person, obviously, you lot know, is Klopp. Now, you know, some people could have been questioning the lineup due to a lot of things like Jota starting. Obviously, for me, he's been scoring goals, but now they won't be questioning that because Jota played really well. As I said, for me, in the contention for man of the match in this game, you know, Timicus, some people may have questioned that. You know, been like, why don't we go strong with Robertson to seal qualification? You know, you can't argue with it as well, and he's done it again. You know what I mean? He's put out a lineup. Some people may have questioned it, and it's worked out. So yeah, and obviously you know how it is with Klopp. Even when we're 2-0 up, he's still shouting. He's still like, "Come on!" You know what I mean? And that's one thing a world-class manager has, as well as good tactics. So yeah, Klopp, mate. I'll have to give him a 10. I don't think I can't give him a 10. You know what I mean? Like it worked. We even got a clean sheet. You know what I mean? And we played in a way that just dominated them, and it was quite frankly just too easy in the end. So yeah, that's what I give him. So yeah, that's the match reaction and player ratings. Now we're going to do like an overall thoughts. So obviously it means we've done it. I think this also means we've actually topped the group basically because how far behind the others are. Let me look at the group now because I'll be able to work it out. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11. Yeah, so we've topped the group. 4 out of 4 wins. I really didn't expect that. I thought out of all the English teams, this was the toughest group. You know what I'm saying? Because all the teams in it are good. You know what I'm saying? Like Porto, we usually beat them anyway, home or away. Madrid, obviously, last time out, before we beat them home and away this time, you know, they beat us home and away. You know what I'm saying? We started to have like a European rivalry with them as well. And then AC Milan, no one really expected how they would come back into the Champions League, like fully. Like people knew they'd be good, but like not like, you know, well, I say good, they've got 1 point, but like, you know, they just really expect it. Like, obviously, I know they'll be good because they're back in the Champions League, but do you know what I mean? Like, but yeah, we've topped the group. We've topped it. It's confirmed now. So yeah, that's lit. And now we can focus on the league. And I think we're going to see the likes of Minamino, Origi, them sort of players get to play. I believe the next game in the Champions League for us is Porto at home. So yeah, I think you can see a lot of interesting stuff. You'll still see some like main players playing. I think like the Hendersons and that. But I think you'll see like Minamino, Origi, and that, so we can focus on the league. And yeah, but yeah, that is the match reaction and player ratings. Big up everyone that's came on this. Make sure you smash a like on this. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already as well. Content coming up. There's going to be a Luton show tomorrow, hopefully round about 6ish. And then I'm going on Niall's channel, I believe, at 8 p.m. for the Liverpool show. So make sure you check that one out. And then hopefully later on after that, I'm going to be doing a Premier League predictions. There's tomorrow 3 videos, 2 on my channel, 1 on Niall's. He hasn't asked me yet about the Liverpool show, but he usually does on Thursdays. So yeah, that looks like that will be happening. So yeah, keep your eyes out on that. Make sure you watch the vlog if you haven't already. Big up everyone that has watched that. Really do appreciate it. And yeah, also I'm going to a Luton game. I bought tickets. I'm going by myself though. Stoke. I'm actually quite close up this time by the looks of it, so that'll be good. Obviously they won today as well, so now that means Luton are out of the playoffs, back into 8th. But yeah, make sure you check that out if you haven't already, as I said. And yeah, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Smash a like on this video if you haven't already. And big up everyone that came on the stream as well. And I'm just going to read Ravi's comment before we leave. He says, I think we have more chance of winning the UCL than the Prem. Interesting. Don't get me wrong, if we can win both, I wouldn't mind. Well, Salah come out and said we're going for both, didn't he? Basically. So, yeah, I think if you want to be known as obviously we're a world-class team, but if you want to be known as the greats, I think we have to try and go for win 2 trophies at least in one season. So, yeah, but obviously, as I said, it's going to be the Luton show at 6 tomorrow, around about 6. But yeah, I'm going to sort it all out. And then obviously, it looks like I'll be going on Niall's channel. He always asks me in the morning. So yeah, I probably will. At 8. And then that's usually an hour long. The Luton show, I'm not too sure how long it'll be. Probably an hour as well. Might be a bit longer. But yeah, what else was I going to say? And then you got Premier League predictions. That will probably be around about 9:30ish, 10ish. So yeah, I'm not too sure who I'm going to get on for that yet. I know West Ham fans, but I don't think they'll come on the channel. You know what I mean? Because obviously we got West Ham. So yeah, but I'll get someone on. And yeah, so make sure you smash a like on this video. As I said, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new. Big up everyone that has subscribed. Big up everyone that's liked. Big up everyone that's just been a legend. Big up everyone that's commented on this, you know what I'm saying? Big up Ravi for this comment. Big up T-Boy. Quality channel. Safe, y'all. Appreciate that. He says, get Prime again. We'll see. We'll see. Obviously, when I go on Niall's channel tomorrow, I'll see if anyone different wants to do it. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens there. But yeah, people, I'm out for now. If I sounded a bit dead today as well, it's because I had to wake up at 6. Because I work at 6:30. And yeah, it wasn't a great day at work, if I'm being totally honest. I'm working again tomorrow. But yeah, as I said, I should be doing the Luton show at 6. So yeah, touch wood. We'll be back for that on time. You know what I'm saying? At least it ain't a game where, you know, I could miss minutes. But yeah, make sure you watch that tomorrow. And yeah, I'm just going to stop waffling now. Do you know what I'm saying? But big up everyone. And yeah, I will hopefully see you lot tomorrow. So take care and peace.